It's time for breaking bread with Papa. Hey, don't you know? Hey, it's our goal. Hey, it's time for breaking bread with Papa. Hey, don't you know? Hey, it's also a show.
Hey, everybody, welcome to another edition of Breaking Bread with Tom Papa. I'm Tom Papa. Thank you so much for being here and being a part of our weekly feast. We have an amazing show for you today. I got to spend some time with the great, the powerful, the hilarious Leslie Jones. I've been waiting to get Leslie on the podcast for a while. I'm so glad she was able to squeeze us in. She's so damn busy. She's just blown up. Of course, you know Leslie Jones, but the real reason I wanted her on the podcast is because I don't think there's a bigger fan of my bread baking than Leslie Jones. Leslie came to my house in the heart of the pandemic, masked up, shielded up, gloved up, just to get bread. I've brought it to her house. I've brought it to her when our friend Lenny was in town, and Leslie is a big, joyous personality, and to have that expression on something that I made for her, please, that's enough for me to keep baking bread for all of my days. She's so great. She's such an incredibly talented person and a very genuine person, and you'll find out why when we get into this conversation. She's so truthful. She's so funny, and those are the two main elements to make a great comedian. So enjoy my conversation with the great Leslie Jones.
Oh, you got a gang of stuff going on.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that next Tuesday there, and then go to Spokane and Boise,
Boise, Idaho. How's Spokane?
It's pretty cool.
Where's that?
It's a strange little town in Washington. Yeah. How about you?
I haven't performed since my special.
For real? Mm-hmm. Really? Mm-hmm. Even like a little set?
I think when I was getting ready for the MTV Awards, I went up a couple of times. Yeah. But
how's that feel?
I'm a celebrity now, so it's just weird at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Do you get them? I mean, it's just like when I used to hustle to get these spots and, go and hope that somebody knew who I was, or either just people laughed. Now it's like, there's Jones in the house. Is she gonna come to the stage? Oh my God, is she just gonna talk?
Yeah.
It's just very
interesting. Is it taking the fun out of it?
It's not even the fun now, because now I get more vicious. Now I'm just like, oh, so you want to hear me talk? Oh, then I'm going to talk about you and your mom and everybody at this fucking table. Since, you want to talk to Leslie Jones? Yeah, after this, you will never want to talk to me again. I don't. Now I really say what the things that I'm thinking. I'm really with you do the material that you fucking, like, that's,
right.
You're gonna fucking hear what I have to say.
I don't remember you, or it wasn't, I didn't perceive you as someone who put the brakes on what you were saying before.
Yeah, because
a little bit,
especially when I got with Lenny. Lenny really brought a lot of discipline to my comedy, because I am a wild child. Right. But I'm also 53 years old and understand the industry and understand what plight, like I even learned this at SNL, because Lauren was like, yo, you either gonna be a comedian or you're gonna be a politician. Which one are you gonna be? You gotta keep an even line with stuff like that. And I was like, well, I always wanna be a comedian, I always wanna be funny, I always wanna be an entertainer. So you just be smart. Like, I've always been this way as far as smart about what I'm gonna say. Yeah. It wasn't until after maybe 13 years when I really started saying what I needed to say on stage. And then after the death of my parents and my brother, I literally was like, fucking just like throwing up on stage what I had to say. But I've always been not safe, but always been respectful and empathetic to what's going on.
Yeah.
I can talk about a motherfucker in a minute, but
Sure.
I do look in people's eyes and see if they can be fucked with or not. You know, I'm not just a vicious person that just goes to try to make material.
Yeah.
Even when the Twitter thing came with Kevin Hart and he got in trouble, they went back on my Twitter thing, and the only thing they can find is me advertising my spots.
Right.
That's all they could find is like,
Right.
she's gonna be at the Comedy Store. That's all they could find.
Right. There was
just
nothing.
show shit. Yeah, they couldn't find nothing else.
Disappointed.
Because it's like those type of, I've always been, you know, I think everybody has sense and knows when you're not supposed to say some inside shit.
Yeah.
On the outside.
Yeah.
I mean, I think people done lost their mind now, and now they're just talking, all the inside stuff is coming the fuck out.
Right. Right.
Which is dangerous.
Yeah. There is that thing though, like you either have it or you don't. Like when you say, like, you look at people in the audience and you feel like you don't. We're kind of similar in that way. We're like, we're not here to hurt people.
Yeah, that's not.
You can be truthful, and it may ruffle some feathers saying certain things, but our intent is not to.
Be
we don't get joy out of that.
Yeah, I literally do not, and because I know what that feels like, and I don't like to be made fun of. I like people to laugh at themselves.
Right.
That is my favorite thing, is when I start messing with someone and they're cracking up as hard as
Right.
everybody around them, because it's just like so fun, because then they take that material and they go tell all their friends, oh my God, you should have seen how this comic tore me apart. He said the whoop, 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 whoop. That's a way for them to even communicate with their friends now. Like, I'm self-aware. I know that I'm like that.
Right,
like, it's just a great thing. And
self-aware is key.
it shows too how the maturity of you sitting in the audience, because you know, some people don't. And you can see it. I can see it in your eye if I can fuck with you or not. I can see it.
Yeah.
I can see it. Then sometimes I do see it and I still fuck with them, because I know that it is actually okay. You just don't want me to point out something, but I'm finna make you laugh at that something, and you're gonna be like, oh shit, that's actually funny about me, and I'm gonna fucking laugh with you, and oh my God, I was scared at first. Like, does that make sense? Like,
100%.
I have been in that situation too. Oh my God, I've just it's so fun, because it almost feels like I'm digging for treasure. Like, please say, give me, and they always do. They always say one thing, and I'll be like, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh my God.
Yeah, 100%.
I love crowd work. That's one of my most favorite things to do, is crowd work.
It's so much fun.
It's so much fun. Especially if you make it fun for everybody. And that's what I've learned. I learned from the best for crowd work. Simply Marvelous. Simply Marvelous used to go out into the audience. This is the first time I had ever seen somebody go out into the audience and do crowd work. And I was like, oh my God, she's finna destroy everybody, and everybody's gonna be fucking pissed. And she went from table to table, and I'm talking about people were falling out their chairs just because she was just hitting stuff that you go, oh my God, that's hilarious. Like, oh my God, how fun it was. I got to the level of crowd work to where at the end of the show, people would come up to me and go, we're just wondering why you didn't come over to our table. We had a lot of fun stuff going on over there. Like, she's divorced and she's, you know what I mean? You're like, well, I can talk about you right now if you want me to, if that's going to make you feel better. But, you know.
I always find it like this balance, because you have your stuff you're preparing and you're thinking about, and you're doing out on tour, and it's good, and you know, whatever, but then you go into the crowd and it becomes so alive, the audience is so into it, and that's the thing they talk about when the night's over. It's almost like another level. It almost seems like a magic trick to them. Right.
I think David Spade, I was at the Comedy Store, and it's my favorite part of the act, and I did my jokes and stuff, and I was like, oh, now it's my favorite part, and I just sit and just from person to person, and my favorite thing to do is to figure out the story, and then make up one.
Right, exactly.
Oh God,
it's the best.
It's the funnest thing to ever do. And that particular night, there was a great audience in that front, and I was just, man, from person to person. So when I came on stage, David Spade was like, I have never seen anyone be so meticulous. Just like every word you said felt like it was pulled into, and I was like, you know, crowd work is a fun or you on that line with crowd work, but if you are good at it, it can be one of the. It can just be something that's just.
Oh,
beautiful
it's so much fun.
Beautiful
I remember watching early on Paula Poundstone, and she would just lights kind of come up and just for an hour straight, just nothing but that. I was like,
so
oh
yeah,
man,
so
oh man.
So
do you feel like you're in this kind of unique spot now? Like you had this kind of not a quick rise. It was but a slow and steady rise. But then it kind of popped up. Yeah. And you seem from the outside. I only know you from delivering bread to your house.
That's so funny.
And seeing you at the clubs and stuff.
But
we never really get to sit down with each other. But I do sense that you're enjoying it.
Yes, some parts. Some parts I'm like, I don't like this celebrity shit.
Like what?
Well, first of all, I'm a Virgo, so perfectionist.
Do you get along with Scorpios?
My assistant is a Scorpio.
Nice, Angie. So you just bossed me around?
You know what's so crazy? Because I'm like, the sign thing is a thing for me. And when she told me she was a Scorpio, I was like, oh, fuck, we're going to be arguing. Or she just like, like Scorpios don't fucking back down. I was like, I'm going to at one point be like, yo, I'm the fucking boss. And you fucking just like fucking, because sometimes I'll be like, Scorpio, fucking like real talk. Like you're arguing with me. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's so funny because I've dealt with Scorpios before. It's with Scorpio women, just like my sister-in-law, and she would not back. Like even if she's losing a fight, I've seen her get beat in the fucking face and she still would not shut the fuck. People will be like, shut the fuck up. You getting fucked up because you keep talking. Shut the fuck up. And she'd be like, fuck that. Just, I saw her get her tooth knocked out once and she just still. So yeah, it's
Scorpio.
so funny. Are you a Scorpio?
I'm a Scorpio.
Oh, fucking hilarious. Scorpios are definitely great in bed. They're freaks. They are definitely freaks. But they do not back the fuck down. They do not back the fuck down, and they get bored real easy. They get bored real easy, and they fucking, especially being Scorpio, they like to start shit. They like to let shit, not even so much start it, just let shit happen.
That's so funny.
They let shit happen and then they're like, okay, I'm not supposed to be entertained. But
I do have the reputation, especially like at the Cellar. All those comics are like, Tom acts all nice and stuff, but he's always quietly starting shit. Yeah.
That's how Lauren is a Scorpio. Lauren was like that. He just, when he get bored, he just makes something, just let something happen. And then,
so what's a Virgo like?
Oh, fucking, I'm a perfectionist. I'm always right, which I am. Which I am. I swear to God, you ask anybody around me, I'm always fucking right. Seriously.
Right.
It always comes out like I fucking say. Okay? Because Virgos pay attention to detail. We're very detail oriented. And we are perfectionists to a fault sometimes, to where we will drive motherfuckers crazy around us, like, because we will improve your life too. Like,
right.
We need to improve your shit too. No, I know what I got, but let me explain to you what's going on with you.
Even if they're not looking for it.
Yeah, even if you're not even asking me for my fucking opinion.
Yeah.
Okay, I know you didn't ask for this, but I'm gonna give it to you anyway because I'm right and you need to hear this. That's how Virgo is.
So how does that affect you with celebrity?
With celebrity, it's I'm also a Virgo who's an introvert. People think that I'm an extrovert because I have so much energy.
Right.
But that is just who I am as far as like personalities, but as far as how I get my rest and how I get my energy, I like being by myself. I love alone time. I very private. Yep. Very private.
Yep.
And so that interferes.
That's similar to Scorpio.
It interferes with the celebrity shit. I don't want people knowing all my shit. Like when I watch stuff and I go, why are you advertising your man? Like my man would not be advertised on anything. Like you would have to catch pictures of him. Like we think Leslie got a boyfriend, but we don't really know what that motherfucker looked like because she don't really she don't post him and we might see her out with him, but that's like, I'm not gonna be like, you'll never see me on a reality show with my man.
Right.
Like that's the type of like, you'll never Like there's some things you
That's
just
your
not
life.
Gonna,
yeah.
Like there's some things I like to keep personal, and with celebrity, they want to know everything about you because I am also that celebrity that's very personable, and they think, which it is kind of true, that I'm very much like them.
It's very true. You
know, I'm very much like them. They get and when I was on SNL, they get to saw me all the time. So now I'm part of their household.
Yeah.
So when people meet me, they think they already know me.
Right.
So it's like Leslie Jones, and it's like, yeah, motherfucker, I don't know who you are.
Right.
And some people will know me but don't know my name. And it at first it was cute, but then it started getting to where I'm not finna play trivia with you. So if you don't know who the fuck I am, please move the fuck on.
Right.
Like, so what's your name? What's your fucking name?
Right.
Like, cause we're strangers and we're meeting right now.
Right.
Like,
yeah, this is happening.
So like, I know you've seen me before, but I've never seen you before in my life. So.
Right. So be a human being.
And I don't want to fucking hug you. I don't like when I first really started. I'm very like, I'm from Compton. Don't just run up to me.
Right.
Like, you might get fucking straight 2-piece. I might bow. Like, you might get that. Instead of a hey. Yeah. Sometimes I've had to tell myself, you're Leslie Jones, because people will be staring and be like, the fuck is you staring at? Like, especially in New York, the fuck you staring at, bitch? Like, I'm fucking about to give you the clap. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then you go, oh shit, I'm Leslie Jones. I forgot.
I'm not at the bus stop.
Oh shit. Oh fuck. I'm not. So, and in New York, New York brings a lot of humility to anybody who has money, because it doesn't matter how much money you have. At one point, you're gonna have to get out the car and walk, because traffic is fucked up.
Right.
Or get on the fucking train. It's one point you're gonna have to do that.
Yeah.
So you deal with that, but then people in New York, like, I'll put it too. People in New York too, when they love you, they love you.
Yes.
So, and then the tourists come there, so they're crazy and they don't know anything.
Right.
So I remember one night I was out with my friend and we went to a play.
Yeah.
We stand out in front after the play waiting for the Uber, and this fucking country fucking big white bitch comes up to me and she grabs me by the back of my neck and she starts shaking me. Leslie John.
Oh.
Tom, I blacked out, because my friend, all I remember is coming to, and my friend was holding me like this, like, you can't do that, you can't do it, you can't do it, because I had shoved my purse. He said, you shoved your purse in my fucking chest and went after, and I had to grab you because I was finna fuck that bitch up. Just bitch, instinct. You think I'm your fucking monkey? I'll kill you, you fucking bitch. I'll kill your motherfucker. Yo. So the family that was with her, you could tell they were from New York.
Yeah.
And she was just visiting, because they all turned to her and said, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Wow.
You don't fucking grab anybody like that. So I felt good that they was going off. Yeah. But I was like, bitch, get me the fuck away from in front of Kinky Boots, because I'm about to kill these bitches out here. Like, what the fuck, right? So you got to deal with shit. Like, New Yorkers are like that, right?
Yeah.
But in LA, it's hilarious. So in LA, it's like, oh, Leslie Jones, oh, I love your work. I have a play in Chatsworth that I'm doing, some Shakespeare stuff. You want to come check it out? Here's my cord. They still got cords out here. I was riding with somebody once and I was like, yo, write that down. I want to get the neighbor. It's like, you old motherfucker, take a picture of it, you fucking ancient bitch.
Right.
It's like, I don't even have a pencil. I don't think I know how to write no more. Like,
it's hilarious.
So like, it's like I'm now, and I just turned 54. So it's like, people don't understand I'm actually the 2,000-year-old woman.
You've been around.
I mean, it's so much stuff. Like, when me and Lenny talk, Lenny Marcus.
Yeah.
Whenever
Lenny.
me and Lenny writing and stuff, Lenny be like, God, you know about shit that I never would think that you know about. And I was like, yeah, dude. Like, I have lived my dad was in the Army. He was in the Army and went to Korea twice, and he's just like, we were everywhere.
Did he move you around a lot?
So many fucking places.
Right.
So it's like, I went to white schools, I went to black schools, I went to white college, I had all the experience.
Everything, yeah.
So, and then he was a DJ too, so.
Oh, really?
There was nothing musical that I didn't know about, you know what I'm saying? So, because he thought I was going to be a musician, because I knew music so well. I was just like, I would know the instruments.
Did you play?
So many things he tried. He bought me an organ. He brought me a guitar. He was like, "You're just not musically inclined, are you?" And I was like, "Nah, I don't want to learn that shit. I don't want to take the time."
Practice.
I learned on the organ so he could sell it. I learned Silent Night. So when the people would come over, he would go, "Get on there and play Silent Night." So I get on there and play Silent Night. It don't matter what time of the year it was. And then I would push that button and go, "Boom, chicka, boom, chicka, boom, chicka, boom, chicka, Silent Night." That's the only thing musically I can fucking, and the chopsticks. But
who was cooking for you when you were a kid?
Oh, everybody. Well, the good food that I remember is from my big mama. My dad was a crazy person. He would see stuff on TV and just automatically know he can cook it.
Oh, really?
Oh my God, my dad would make up shit and we would be like, this is just meat and vegetables. Like, you just found a new way to cook meat and vegetables, Daddy, because that's literally all you fucking. He got this wok, and he would cook everything in this wok. And we would die because it was just like his macaroni and cheese. You can't cook macaroni and cheese in a fucking wok. But he'd be like, watch me do this. This wok, I love this motherfucker. We hated washing it. We hated storing that motherfucker. We hated that wok. But he would make this thing called goulash, which was which was actually really good. And it had all the meats in it.
Right.
Chicken, beef, shrimp, and we fucking used to, but it was nothing but fucking mixed vegetables in a frozen bag and a bunch of meat that he throw in that wok and let that shit fry. And we used to fuck it up. That and his spinach casserole.
Oh man.
Which I still fix to today. To this day is really fucking delicious.
Really?
And it's one of the easiest things to fix. So.
What do you make? How do you do it?
Okay, so. You put onions and I prefer real bacon, but you can use turkey bacon, but use a bitch, and that's not gonna taste good. So go get some turkey ham if you're gonna have to use something other than fucking bacon, you piece of shit. Just take all the fucking joy out of your goddamn life. You getting spinach with your punk ass. Anyway, so you fry all of that in the skillet, right? Yeah. And with the oil and everything, then you take a can of spinach and pour it in there with the juice and everything.
Right.
Let that simmer. Let simmer, and then you take 2 eggs and crack it inside of the spinach. And, stir it in there, let it like scramble a little bit. Like you can use more than 2 eggs, and so it can become kind of quiche like in a skillet. And then just let that simmer, lower it. Then put a bunch of fucking cheese on top. Shredded cheese on top, and what I used to love was the sliced thin tomatoes he would put on top of that. That was the shit I used to fuck up. And me and my brother would literally fight over that shit because it was so fucking good. It's so fucking good.
Oh man, but he must have loved making that for you too.
Yeah, because it was the only way he can get us to eat. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And we would fuck it up like that, and he could fix breakfast really good.
Yeah. Well, that's good. Where was your mom?
My mom could cook too. She could cook too. But she could only cook particular things. Like my mom could fry the fuck out of anything. She could fry fish, chicken. She could fry that shit. Yeah. Like motherfucking perfection.
Yeah.
My mom could fry the fuck out of anything.
The right season, the right
oh my God,
amount of fry.
Was a motherfucking legend. She was a legend. Yeah. So
who had a bigger influence on you? Do you think? Are equal? Yeah,
they're so equal because my mom is definitely where my kindness and my love for God and my love for trying to be empathetic for people comes from. That's definitely my mom.
She was sweet.
My mom would get out the car and she would get out the car and she would throw candy. Like she would get out the car and throw candy and the kids would just
No, really?
She was just like that. Like, just like, what the fuck is Diane gonna do today? It's like, but she was like hardcore though, as far as like, you know, parents back then were hardcore, and I appreciate that they was. I always think every ass whooping I got, I deserved. Trust and fucking believe. And people. And I don't say that because I feel like it's a thing that you have to do with your family. You figure out how to discipline your children, but you definitely should discipline your children. You know, I mean, it is a protection thing. Like you're getting them ready for the world. Yeah. Like getting them, showing them boundaries and all of that is a very important thing. I hate when parents, they go, well, I'm not going to raise them like I did. Well, you're actually a good person. You're actually a well-balanced fucking human being that fucking gets it, and you don't hurt other people. So don't fucking like rat on your parents. Yes, they were hardcore, but that's what they came from too. Like my dad came from a very hardcore upbringing from his stepfather, and his father used to just like fuck him up. But like what he learned was that discipline was very important. It was not about discipline, it's about keeping that Discipline.
Discipline. I think your key word is boundaries.
Boundaries.
That thing, that really, like, whenever I doubt what I'm doing or saying, and they're angry with me, and it'd be so easy to just like I've got two girls, just let them do whatever. It's like, no, they got it. When you go out into the world, your parents just saying, like, you literally walk up to a situation and you have that lesson in your head, like, one step further, and that's too far. I've gone beyond the boundary.
Right. And you know when you go there, you go, okay, I know I'm fucking up. Like, and I don't think kids are being taught that now. I think kids are really being taught, be who you are, and which is great.
In some regard, it is.
It is, but you still have to teach them boundaries.
Right.
You have to teach them that they have to respect other people's thoughts and the way they feel.
Totally.
And because like I had this long conversation with my aunts, and I was just like, yo, you guys are like 0.5% away from being Trumpers to me, like, because they're from the South, and some of the stuff that I was like the rhetoric, I understand the rhetoric that you're trying to teach because you just want people to do right, but it's not working. Like, that's not actually the truth. You're not really telling the truth.
What are they doing? What do you mean?
It's just like some, Bible stuff, Bible thumping stuff. And, we were talking about gay people and the things that they were bringing up. And I was just like, it's just not you just don't have a valid argument to be in other people's business.
Right.
You don't have, it's like whatever God thinks, that's between them two, though. Like, and then this is what I tell people when they go to the Bible with this gay stuff, it's abomination and all that. I was like, well, first of all, you're talking Old Testament, that's Leviticus, that's Old Testament. And the whole theory is that he sent his son to die for all those sins so you can have a personal relationship with him. That's the whole thing. So you're not supposed to be in that relationship. And then I tell the people, I go, God made platypuses and pink dolphins. He can't make a transgender man or a transgender woman. He's not that creative to make a gay man or a gay woman. That's just...
You're right. Have you seen a peacock?
Literally, have you seen? No, we don't know where eels come from.
Right.
No, this is a scientific fact. The old eels swim into Bermuda Triangle and then new eels come out. Did you know that?
No, what are you saying?
I swear I put this on my life, Tom Papa. Go look it up. We don't know what make eels. Eels don't have a reproductive system. They don't have eggs. They don't self-produce. They swim in fresh and salt water. And when they get old, they swim into the Bermuda Triangle and new eels swim out. I put this on all of the money in the world.
Oh my God, I never heard this.
Yes, did you not?
No, I've never heard it.
Another phenomenon, owls. Look it up, cuz.
What's with owls?
Owls, first of all, go look up an owl without its feathers. It will fucking freak.
Why, does it look like an eel?
Yeah.
It does.
And the motherfuckers are hardcore. They decapitate you before they get you to the fucking nest. Like, eagles are scared of owls. They literally predatorily chase them.
There's 2 owls in my neighborhood.
Oh, be afraid, homie. And they killing everything. They killing everything. Trust. And do you know their eyes are not eyes? They're just tubes.
What do you mean?
Because their head, they don't have eyes. They have to be able to turn their head 360. I'm telling you, son. So God can create something like that, and just a gay man, he just ain't going. Just a gay man is something that he just not going.
That's not, it's too complicated.
No, let me tell you another story. This woman had twins. There was 2 twin boys. One was bigger than the other. They ended up, she wasn't getting nutrients in her body. The big twin ate the small twin. Okay?
In the womb?
It happens. You know that happens. That happens with twins sometimes. So the bigger one ate the smaller one, right?
Oh my God.
Okay, so he was born. Then she got pregnant again, had a daughter. So I think the daughter was like 2 years old. He was like, I think 3 or 4, something like this. So she looked at him one day and said, do you remember when you ate me?
What?
And then the woman goes, what? What the fuck? What are you talking about? What? I don't understand. What do you mean? And then the boy laughs and goes, yeah, I remember. And then she goes, what? Wait a minute. Let me sit you fucking down and you tell me what. She said, yeah, Mom. It was a time I thought I was going to die. We wasn't getting any food and he ate me. and then the brother's like, yeah. And then she tells them the story. She tells him the story and he was like, yeah, that's what happened. And then she goes, it's okay. And then she does her hand like this. She goes, it's okay. I didn't really want to be a boy anyway. I wanted to be a girl. So it's okay. I got what I wanted.
What?
Do you understand what I'm saying? Papa,
almost.
But this is what I'm saying.
No,
what if she was born? She would have been transgender, wouldn't she?
Right, of course.
Right?
Yeah.
So I'll just be like, people stop putting God in this box of unimagination.
Yeah.
How do you have a great imagination and God doesn't?
Right.
That's just stupid at this point.
It's so stupid.
It's so stupid.
It's so stupid.
I really think that when everything comes to the end, God's just going to sit there with a big glass. You know how they had a big Scotch glass and with the big ice in there?
Yeah.
He's just going to be swirling around like, all y'all was wrong. All y'all was, you was wrong. Ain't no Catholic heaven up here. Ain't no Baptist heaven up here. It's just heaven.
Do you go to church?
I haven't found one that I like to go to. But
did you when you were a kid?
Yes,
you
a
did?
lot. Oh yeah, we went to church.
Which ones?
All day.
How were you raised?
I was Baptist.
You were Baptist?
Yes. The good choirs, the good singing.
Yeah. The place that looked fun. When I was sitting in Catholic church, and then you'd see what Baptist was, and you're like, are we doing the same thing?
My friend took me to it, and I was like, yo, man, I'm not finna get up again. I'm not like all this up and down. Like I'm getting dizzy and shit. Like
I don't want to kneel again.
Like, and then why are y'all letting this dude put the chip in your mouth? Like that's nasty. You don't know where his fucking fingers been. Like I literally was complaining the whole service. Like this is what, and then he's singing,
and it's so somber.
It's like
even the song sounded sad.
I think when I told my mom, I was like, I know why the devil messes with them a lot. Because I was like, have you noticed in every scary movie it's Catholics? Like, so I know why the devil messes with y'all. Because y'all boring. Y'all don't sing. If you sung like we sung, y'all would scare the devil away.
So why don't you go to Baptist church now?
Oh, I just haven't found a good church. And plus it's COVID. I'm not trying to go to church during COVID.
So this is not.
But it's like I haven't found a good church. I had one before I left, but I just haven't found a good church yet. It's just about you know. But I have a relationship. Yes, I miss the singing. I love singing. I love to see the choir. I love to hear a good preach and stuff. But I have a personal relationship with God too. So I find it. I find it in pockets where I can find it until I can find a good church.
It's a different thing. It's like you drive home from church and you're different than when you drove there.
Yeah, you're supposed to be not so much as different as restored.
Yeah,
it's supposed to be a restoration.
That's a good way to put it.
That's what people just have things. They just their brains. They don't think like is there hell? Well, God is a loving God, and if you ask Him for something, He gives it to you. And if the life that you want is without God, then He's going to give it to you, and that's what hell is. Seriously, I mean, that's what you wanted, So
right.
I really think that is my faith, and it's just my faith and my belief in what I practice, and it's gotten me through my life. Like I can't, if we get to the end of this life and find out it wasn't real, I got to say that I'm glad that I kept this happy philosophy up, because it gave me more joy than just being sad and cynical and crying myself to sleep every night.
Yeah, when you see what the option is.
Exactly.
It's like, who knows if you're right or wrong? It's like, but it's a lot sunnier and more fun over here.
It's definitely a lot more joy, and I like myself, and I'm not going around hurting other people. Because I want to make this point: the Christians you see that's attacked, those are not Christians.
No, it doesn't.
That's religion.
That has nothing to do with what Jesus was saying wanted you to do.
I think they mix religion up with a relationship with God. Religion is a man-made thing that y'all do to make yourself feel good.
Right.
But sometimes God is not really in that. That's something you do for yourself. It's the same thing as when other people do the Buddhism and do stuff like that. They need to have a set of rules that they can follow. So this is what they believe. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But God, if you don't have an actual personal relationship with Him, meaning that I just don't understand why you wouldn't have a personal relationship with someone who knows you. It's like God is not sitting there going, I didn't know Leslie was like this. She curses and smokes weed. Jeez. What are we gonna do? No, we're not in our perfect form.
Right.
Our everyday striving to get to our perfect form. There's no such thing as perfection. He sent the person who had perfection. We killed him.
Right.
So, you know what I'm saying? So there's no such thing. We're just striving to move every day and love each other and love God. That's what it's about.
Right.
It's just.
What is your you don't have to answer this if you don't want to, but what is when you think of like how to be better and how to work on stuff, what's the biggest failing that you have?
That I have?
Yeah. Like, what's the part of you that's
forgiveness.
like, oh, yeah?
Oh, I'm so bad at that.
Oh, and you sound like a Scorpio.
God talks to me because Virgos, if you turn on us, you
don't come back.
And it takes a lot to get me to that time. I'm telling you. My sister sitting right there, she would tell you the same thing. I will let it go. But when I'm done,
it's over.
It's done, son. It's over, son. It's over. Like, you have to come back with some real force of apology. And I'm the type of person, let me tell you how you apologize to me. You don't just say, I'm sorry. You go, hey, I shouldn't have done that. Whoop, 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 whoop. I shouldn't have done this, and this. I apologize. Because you need to acknowledge what the fuck got done. Because when you just say, I'm sorry, what the fuck you sorry for?
Right.
Why you sorry?
Yeah.
Do you know why you sorry?
Right.
Because then we're not even understanding each other. So... yeah, that forgiveness is a really hard thing for me. So what I do is I have this list. I have a shit list.
You do?
Yes. So whenever I add someone to the shit list, I have to take someone off.
How many people on the shit list?
Oh, it's sometimes people show up and I'll be like, Steve's on the list, and I didn't fucking... I forgot you were on the list. You're on the list. Or either I've been doing comedy 20 years before I got famous. So it's like I know all these people and I know all they dirt. So then someone will call and you be like, why this motherfucker call me? You know you're not supposed to be fucking calling me, the piece of shit. What the fuck you text my phone to get my fucking number? Like, the motherfucker, you on the shit list. But then when I put somebody new on, I go back and look at that list and go, all right, they can go off.
They're off.
They're off.
You forget why they're on.
Yeah, that's what it is. I don't really remember what they did to me, so take them off. Take them off.
Did you have more people lifting you up or more people getting in your way?
When I made
work-wise.
When I made it or before?
No, on your way, in those 20 years of being a comedian.
When I first started,
figuring it out.
No one wanted me to be my brother. Everybody was like, "You've lost your mind." Well, first of all, the way that I did it, out of college, I literally dropped my scholarship and everything because I just wanted. I touched the mic and I was like, "I'm gonna be a fucking comedian. I'm not gonna be a basketball player. I'm not going overseas and fuck this shit. And I'm a red shirt and I don't want to be in college and I hate school and I want to be a comedian."
Wow.
So my dad called me and I was like, I lost my scholarship, and he was like, well, what do you mean you lost it? And I was like, I lost it. They took it away. And he was like, they can't just take it away. I'll call the coach. I was like, don't call the coach. I'm glad they took it away. I don't want to play basketball. And then he was like, what the fuck you talking about? The basketball's playing for your college. And I was like, yeah, this is not working out. I'm not even fucking going to class. I'm like the worst student here. My grade point average is a 1.9.
Right.
It's just awful. So he was like, you're fucking talking crazy. He was like, well, if you're going to come home, then what the fuck are you going to do? Because you're not going to just live in my house and fucking not do nothing. You're going to go to school. You're going to fucking work. What are you going to do? And I was like, oh, well, that's great. I'm going to be a comedian.
Right.
He was like, what? I was like, I'm going to be a comedian. And it was quiet. And then he said, are you out of your fucking mind? He was like, you have never made me laugh, ever. You're not funny at all. I've known you your whole fucking life. You never made me laugh. And I was like, Dad, I make you laugh all the time. He's like, that doesn't fucking count. I was like, I'm gonna be, and then I go, I'm gonna be the next Eddie Murphy. What? Fucking Eddie Murphy's not fucking Eddie Murphy. You fucking crazy. Diane, get on the phone. Tell your fucking daughter she's lost her fucking mind. Like, die. And he was like, where the fuck you gonna live? You're not gonna live in my house and be a motherfucking comedian. And I was like, well, I'm gonna live with my boyfriend. Click.
Whoa.
So it was 3 years before I talked to him again.
Wow. Now wait, let me just go back for a sec. You had to have been funny as a kid. It's too natural. There's too much going on.
There was one point, I have a picture with the day that my dad told me I was crazy. The day he was like, this is the day I knew you were crazy. I have this picture and I just literally was standing there in my hair and I looked like I had just did some psycho shit. He was like, we was even trying to figure out, were you a psycho or were you just fucking a silly ass motherfucker? Like, you were fucking crazy. Like you were like a Tasmanian devil. So
it couldn't have come that far out of left field.
I was just always silly. And then too, when I see old friends, they'd be like, yeah, you were fucking crazy when you were young. Like, you was, and I was like, I don't remember none of that. They was like, yeah, you was pretty fucking goofy. We knew something was going to happen. And I was like, I didn't, because that's how I got introduced to comedy. I went to college and I'm not knowing why I'm getting invited to all the parties and shit. I'm not even understanding. I'm just thinking that, I'm popular, motherfucker. I'm on the basketball team. Then he was like, no, you're fucking hilarious.
Right,
you're hilarious.
Course.
So she signed me up for a contest, for the comedy contest, and she came.
Who did? Who signed you up?
Danita Abernathy. We're still friends today. And she said, I signed you up for a comedy contest, and I was like, what? She was like, don't be. I was like, bitch, I didn't tell you to do that. What the fuck? And then I was just like, after a couple of minutes, I was like, well, you think I could do it? And she was like, yes, bitch, you could do it. You can fucking do it. Your ass is funny,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
It was just.
And you went up?
And I went up. As soon as I touched the mic, it was like, as soon as I heard that first laughter, it was just.
Crowd work?
No, I was doing some manufactured joke I had fucking made up about my uncle, and people were laughing, and all I could think was, it was just a feeling like I had just took some kind of drug or something. It was just like, oh shit.
This is it.
This is it. Yep. That's exactly what I felt like. I felt like, oh my God, I can't believe I found what the fuck I'm supposed to do for the rest of my life. I'm going to do this the rest of my life.
Amazing.
It was no doubt in my mind.
Yeah.
And I had told myself, I was like, if you're going to be a comedian, then you have to be a good one.
Yeah.
You're not. If you find out that you're not funny, you have to quit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
You got to respect comedy. I respected it to that point, like where I would be like, I won't do it if I'm not good at it.
Right.
That's how much I loved comedy.
Right.
So.
See, that's the thing. Like, whenever I talk to my kids. I keep dropping into your father's head, but
no.
Whenever I talk to my kids, if they tell me they don't want to do something that I had an idea of, like maybe they should be doing, the thing I look for is the passion. Do they have? Are they telling me, Dad, I know you want me to live this way.
Right.
I'm not living that way, but this turns me on so much. I like if there's that drive and that passion, even if I don't understand it, I feel like I've got to be aware enough to be like, that's enough. That's because. That's all it takes. If you have that passion, doesn't matter what's going to come in your way.
It was what they was trying to tell me for basketball.
Right.
My coach would tell me, I can talk to you till I'm blue in the face, but if you don't have the passion for this, it's never going to happen.
Right.
And I was a good player, Tom, but I was the most inconsistent fucking player. I would play great. I would fucking do a tournament and fucking score 15 to 20 points and block shots and rebound. I was a rebounder. That was my shit.
Yeah.
And rebound and get awards. And then the next game I would fucking suck because I don't feel like being there.
Right.
Like I would just suck. So the only thing that would make me play good is if I was pissed off. So my coach would just piss me off before every game, and I would just be like, why the fuck you do this before every game? I fucking hate you. And then I would go out and fucking murder on the court.
He had you. That's
Such
so
a
great.
Child. That's a child.
Oh, that's a good coach.
Oh my God. He would just be like, you practice, you play how you practice, you play how you practice. And I took that into fucking comedy.
So how long did it take for your father to come around?
Well, it's so weird because the last conversation I had with him before he passed, I just remember all of it came into that conversation.
Oh, yeah.
And it was like, well, wow. I was like, did you see me on BET? He was like, yeah, I did see you on BET, and you're really funny. He was like, you're really funny. He was like, I want to be your manager. But he was really sick at the time. And it was, you know what, Tom, if he wasn't, he would have been a great fucking man. Like, he was really, like, he had Tony at one point.
Oh,
like,
really?
Yeah, like, he was, like, really, the stuff that I'm doing now is what he wanted to be into. Like, he wanted to be in the business. So he would fucking be losing his mind right now.
Yeah, it would be so much fun.
Oh my God, he would just be having, but he'd
have two walks.
Yeah. So he was just like, you two walks?
He'd have a walk. He'd have two walks. I know it sounded like Star Wars. No, I meant like two walks. He'd be making up two walks.
Oh my God, it's just so funny because I think about that and I go, oh, my dad would just love the moves that I'm making right now.
Yeah.
He would just be like, because my dad used to tell me all the time, this is why I think I've always been, not cocky, but just very, very confident in the person I am.
Yeah.
Is that my dad would always tell me all the time, like, hey, it doesn't matter if you're a woman or if you're black. He was like, they're gonna tell you that. He was like, but as long as you're working hard and you fucking do it, you like, even if you're a street cleaner, if you're the best street cleaner, that's fucking important. He was like, it doesn't matter, whatever you do, be the best at what the fuck you can do.
Right.
He was like, don't let them tell you just because you're a woman and you're black that you can't do something. If you work your ass off, you can fucking make anything happen.
Yeah.
So I always thought that. So it was so funny when I came into comedy. the fucking things that came against me, I was like, that don't make sense. Like people be like, I'm telling you, I had TK Kirkland come up to me and say, hey, you're a female, you can't perform like that. First of all, why don't you have on a dress? And he, you know, when you're talking about dick, pussy, and women not supposed to talk that, so I let him finish. Because at first I was like, first of all, why are you even talking to me? I don't know you. You're a fucking stranger, and I will fuck you up. Because I am from Compton, and who the fuck are you, motherfucker? Like, first of all, you've touched my hand. Don't touch me. So I flicked
It's like the woman on the street in New York.
I flicked his fucking hand away from me, and I said, first of all, I have a pussy, so I have the authority to talk about pussy. Now, if you want to talk about my dick jokes, let's discuss that. I said, because I've had plenty of dick, too. So for you to come over here and tell me what the fuck I'm supposed to be doing on stage is really rude.
Yeah.
And step the fuck off, son. So women wasn't like that.
Right.
So the word got around that, oh, she got a mouth.
So now you're trouble.
Oh, I could give two fucks.
Right.
Don't put me up, motherfucker, and see what the fuck happened.
Right.
I'll tear this bitch up.
Right.
Like, and I was straight out of Compton too, so I was very gangster.
Right.
Very gangster, knew all the gangsters, and it was just like I knew Eazy-E, Ice Cube, all of them when they wasn't who they was. Dr. Dre used to DJ in our fucking park in Liverpool. So I knew, so it's like when people would roast me with that gangster, I'd be like, motherfucker, who you know? Because I probably know him. Right. Yeah. Like it was just like he would pull stuff and I would bring my brother. My brother was one of the most hardcore fucking Crips.
Oh yeah.
In Linwood, Compton. And I remember he came to a show one night because TK had been just talking so much shit, and I was just like, I want to embarrass you now, because like, you know, you're a woman. I'm a woman. I was really fine then. I had long hair. You know, I was very, you know, and so back then, you know, comedians would try to fuck the girls. Right. You know, so it was known too. Sometimes girls had to fuck to get on the road, all this type of shit. Oh, I was finna kill all that because I wouldn't fuck none of y'all with my enemy's pussy, is what I would tell them. I wouldn't fuck you with the bitch I hate the most. I wouldn't even use her pussy to fuck you, right? So I would come at them like that. So we were sitting at a bar one night and I was looking at TV before we got to go up, and TK sitting at the other end, and you know, loud. You know, when comics is loud, they don't really have nothing to say. They're just loud. Yeah. So he looks over me and he goes, I want to see who Leslie fucking with, who she fucking with, who she know, who she fuck with, like who you like. And then I just looked at him. I was like, what are you talking about? He was like, I want to know who you fuck with, like who you go out with, what people you hang around. And I said, if you know anybody that I know, I have to make some phone calls. And he was like, what? I said, if you know the people I fucking know, I got to go call someone, because you're not supposed to know who I know. Right. You real gangster, whatever. Okay. So then we're doing a gig in Normandy Casino, right down the street with my brother. My brother was like, yeah, I'm gonna come see you perform, bring some dudes up there. And I was like, Keith, do not fucking come up here strapped. Like, I had to give him a lot. Do not come up here strapped. Fucking make sure you have no crack on you and all that. Right. You know, I'm like, please, this is my job, motherfucker. Don't come in here beating up the security. Fucking keep your like. I was like, don't come. You know, you gotta tell them all this shit, right? Right. So, and they're hardcore. So, like, come in. You better have some drinks for them. Like, them motherfuckers is like gangsters, right? So they sitting in the back, and I'm sitting in the back, and TK's like, I'm in Compton and this is my house and whoop whoop whoop, and I know so and I was like, I just was like, and he was like, yeah, Leslie, you say you from here, you know, and I was like, yeah, I am. I was like, and all these people you yelling are like punks, like you're like, I've known them as punks. I was like, he was like, you don't know. I was like, you know what, TK, my brother's here. You want to meet him? He was like, yeah, because I probably know that nigga. You know, whoop whoop whoop. You know, I'm a, you know, whoop, you finna see that. So this is perfect. My brother, like I said, I'll put it like this. I sat down with my brother to watch The Wire, and we only watched one episode because he was like, all these people would be dead. We would kill them all. He's like, this wouldn't be a series. He would die, he would die, he would die, he was like, this is the most unrealistic shit I've ever seen. So I never saw The Wire. Wow. I've never seen The Wire. And because it's not realistic. It's just like, he was like, yeah, these people, this is a fucking bullshit. Like this, he was like, why is he keeping the crack there? What the fuck is wrong with this? These, like, they was just like.
That's not how it goes.
That's not how it fucking goes. Like, we would have killed that motherfucker. Like, he would not made it to episode 2. He get to say the whole series? Wait a minute, this motherfucker fucking boy? Oh, nah. We killed killing everybody on this street. Like, my brother was like, why are you? He was like, let's go to the corner. You can see a real wire. Like, you can see some real wire. So this is how car comes. So,
yeah.
So TK approaches the table. My brother had his back turned.
I'm worried about TK.
So we had his back turned to him, and then Gilbert looked up, and Gilbert is just dirty. Gilbert was like, look at this motherfucker, right? So my brother turned around, he was like, and I was like, yeah, he was like, what you bring this bitch ass nigga over here for? This, he just starts like, what the fuck is it? Like,
right off the bat?
Like, and TK, I have never seen anyone go, oh, dude, how you doing? Yeah, it's really nice to meet. Like, yeah, your sister's fucking great. Like, but I said, but you told me you knew everybody in Compton. Where are you going?
He's sweating through his suit.
Hey, I gotta go. Yeah. My brother said, yeah, you better take your bitch ass. Like,
Now, did your brother know stories about him, or he just sized him up right then?
Him up.
Just immediately knew.
Because my brother would tell me stuff about men. Now I listen to it, but then I wasn't listening. But he was like, dudes are half of what they tell you, if that.
Wow, that's pretty wise.
And then he would say, never go back. You already knew why you left them. You gonna go back and get some of the same shit.
Right.
Why go back?
Yeah.
He would tell me great advice.
Yeah.
He would say, if the motherfucking, but he would use other words.
Yeah.
If the motherfucker lied one time and then lied again, he is a liar.
Right.
He's never gonna tell you the truth.
Yeah.
He said, because you accepted the first lie.
Right.
He would always tell me shit, just like,
wow.
He would see guys that are, oh man, I remember one time I went out with this guy, and this guy he didn't even have no money to give me gas, and my brother had to come over to give me money for gas.
Oh boy.
And he looked at this and he was like, you piece of shit ass motherfucker, what you doing sitting up with my fucking sister, fucking her, and you can't even give her no motherfucking gas money. Get your bitch ass the fuck.
Oh.
Like, he would just be.
Yeah, well, he had your back.
Sometimes. My brother, when I started doing comedy, that's when the problem started. He just, brother, just a tainted relationship me and my brother had before. It's just till he died. He was jealous.
He was,
and he didn't understand that I was actually really trying to make him part of everything, but his part.
Yeah.
You know, like,
right.
He just couldn't understand. Like, he probably would now because he was older, but then he didn't understand that, come on the road with me, sell CDs with me afterwards, do that type of hustle stuff with me, protect me, you know, give my money.
Part of the team.
Part of you could, like, right now, you would be that dude.
Yeah.
But he didn't feel like that, you know.
He wanted to be the guy.
Chauvinists, people, you know, gangsters are real chauvinists too, you know. Yeah,
he wanted to be the guy. Yeah.
And a lot of men are like that. Like, I have a problem with, you know, a lot of men say that they're secure in themselves, but a lot are not. I've dated guys who are very insecure, and it's such a turnoff. It's just like, you know, I like you because I'm fucking you. I'm a badass bitch. I don't fuck no punk ass motherfuckers. Like, I'm fucking with you. You should take that as credit as I'm fucking with you. But it's like, I've had men be like, well, I can't get you, you know, I can't buy you this. I didn't ask you to, motherfucker. I can buy, like, I've never understood. If I was looking for a woman, I would look for a woman like me, because I don't want to take care of a motherfucker.
Right.
Like, why would you want to have control over a person?
Right.
That doesn't.
It's a lot. There's the guy thing is like.
I've had men tell me. I've had my friends tell me. Yeah, I don't know if I would date you. You know, I can't tell you what to do. No, you fucking can't. You shouldn't be able to tell nobody what the fuck to do.
Right, exactly.
You can't tell yourself what the fuck to do.
Yeah, what are you looking for?
Why you can't be emotionally here for me?
Right.
You know, men got to feel like they needed. You are needed emotionally, motherfucker.
Yeah.
I just.
No, that's another thing. It exists. It's definitely out there, but it's not.
My man is in France somewhere, and he just don't even know who I am.
Oh, that sounds like a nice scene, actually. Right?
He don't even know who I am, and I'm gonna go to France, and I'm gonna run into him at a coffee shop or something, and he's gonna be like, whatever, and I'm gonna be like, yeah, put the blue in the tutu. So stupid, right?
It's so great.
Oh my God.
All right, I have a couple more things I want to talk about
please.
before you have to go. Let me see where we're at. Yeah, you're good.
Please. I'm having fun.
All right, good.
It's always fun
you know I
to
love you.
It's always fun to talk to another comic.
Yeah, 100%. And you love my bread more than anybody else in the world.
Oh my God. It's just like, it's so crazy to know a comedian that makes bread. When Lenny told me you make bread, I was like, is that like a hobby or something? And Lenny was like, he has a fucking oven, like a bread oven. I was like, this motherfucker brought a bread oven? So what is Tom Papa? He's like a cook or something? He was like, no, he just likes to make bread. I was like, but he's so funny. It's like, he doesn't need to make bread. What the fuck is that about? Like,
it's just, I don't know. It just got into it. The other thing I'm into is the Yankees.
Yankees!
And where do we sit right now? It's feeling very hopeless, right? All of a sudden,
it's always hopeless with the Yankees. I don't know why you don't. You got to walk into that relationship with hopelessness as on your collar, son.
But it felt good like a month ago.
It did. But that's the love of the Yankees.
Yeah.
You know, they come through and then they just fucking let you down right there, right there at the fucking just
right now.
Right there. Just you go. You see the tenderness and then you see the tenderness.
Yeah.
It's so, man, I'm telling you, Stanton is so goddamn aggravating and awesome at the same time.
I know.
It's just like I want to fuck him and kill him in one stroke. Because it's like, is your body made out of fucking paper, Stanton? Jesus.
I know.
Every time you come and you give us 1,600 home runs and then you fucking hurt yourself by fucking throwing your hat on the ground. How the fuck?
I know.
How the fuck does that happen to you and Aaron Judge? What are you motherfuckers eating? Are y'all not taking vitamins? What the fuck? And Sanchez, I swear to God, if Sanchez wasn't so fine, I would have had him killed. Because I swear, how the fuck do you put somebody at the fucking catcher and he can't catch?
Everything's a pass ball.
Oh my God! Every time that ball pops up and I be like, Stan! What are you doing? Oh,
so infuriating.
Oh my God.
So infuriating.
Oh my God. And then they got rid of Didi.
Oh, that killed. I'm on a text chain with my friends from high school who are all Yankee fans, and still to this day, anything good that happens with the Yankees, we don't say yay, we don't say Judge, we don't. Every time anything positive, we just all go Didi. We loved him.
Didi was one of the best shortstops
we ever had.
He fucking would make it happen. He would just make it happen. Like, when you got up, Didi was going to make some shit happen.
Yeah.
And I just,
and
he was
such
the
his
zing
personality
of it. Yeah,
was so
I was like,
great.
why would y'all get rid of Didi?
I don't know why they did it.
Just so annoying.
I don't know.
And how long do we wait on Judd to become
the Superman we want him to be?
The what's the guy that left the Yankees that we fucking will always
A-Rod?
No, the other one.
Jeter?
Jeter.
Oh, yeah. Well,
Man, I met Jeter and I was just like, I'm so pissed that I was not into baseball when you played.
You weren't?
No, Lenny got me into baseball.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I started at SNL and you can get those seats that
the Lauren
had.
seats.
So I was like, I want to go one time. I went one time and I was like, this is fun. And then when I met Lenny and Lenny loves the Yankees, I was like, oh my God, I would love to take somebody who fucking actually likes the Yankees to that. And me and Lenny, and I was like, Lenny, you want to go to a game with me? And he was like, fuck yeah. So we, and he didn't even know the seats. So when we got to the seats, he was like, are you fucking kidding me right now? This is what
because I would watch every game and I would always see like, oh, Fallon's there now. Oh, what is it? And then I'm what the? Because I've known Lenny forever, and I'm leaning into the TV. I'm like, Leslie brought Lenny's in the seat. God. It made me so happy because there's nobody better in the world to watch baseball with than Lenny Marcus.
Fucking Lenny Marcus. Lenny knows every stat.
Everything.
He knows everything about baseball, and it's so fun to watch with someone like that because he made me love the Yankees.
Love him.
He made me love baseball.
And
like, it's so great.
He loves them and has all those stats, but he's not obnoxious.
Right.
He doesn't yell. He's low key and funny. He's just Lenny.
He makes you laugh like a motherfucker from it. It's just so great. Lenny is
so great.
I'm telling you, Lenny is one of the grownest people I've ever met because he's older than me, which surprised. I was like, you're older than me, which I don't know why that brings so much wisdom to him.
Yeah.
Because he was, and Lenny can say something to me and I would take it to heart.
Yeah.
Because I'd be like, yeah, he's my age, so he fucking gets it and he knows I'm fucking up. Like, he'll be like, you need to, and I'll be like, fuck you, Lenny. And then I'll go home and go,
He's the greatest.
The first time he saw me perform on the road was I Wish You Were There. It was the best thing that has ever happened and the worst thing that's ever happened to me. Because I'm like I said, I'm from the chilling circuit. You do black clubs, you do an hour and a half. That's normal.
Yeah.
So I'm out there like an hour and 20 minutes. I came on stage and I'm thinking Lenny's gonna go crazy. Oh my God, I can't believe you had that much material.
Yeah.
Then he was like, what the fuck was that? That was a fucking egregious, a fucking arrogance. What the fuck? No one wants to see you for an hour and 20 minutes, Leslie. No one wants to sit here for an hour and 20 minutes. I was like, Lenny, he was like, they were fucking trying to leave. He was like, you're done at 58 minutes. You're fucking done at fucking 58 minutes, Leslie. And I was like standing there like, what? And then he goes, do you know how many times you said motherfucker? You said motherfucker 57 times.
He counted. He's
I was
a
like,
statistician.
I said, Lenny, you can't. He was like, I fucking can't. He was like, you said motherfucker. He was like, you were just saying it like it was a preposition. Like it was, he was like, why? Why does anyone need to use motherfucker that many times? And I was just like, okay. So, and I was like, I mean, literally he worked.
Did it change you?
Yes.
You did?
Because this is what my thing was.
Right.
I knew I was a wild child on stage. I wanted to be the comic that people remembered my jokes.
Right.
At the moment, people knew I were funny.
Right.
And they might remember this and that.
Yeah.
But no one really knew what I was talking about.
Right.
Now, when you come and see my set now, you leave with some understanding of who I am.
Right.
You leave with an understanding of what I believe in. It's a whole different set.
Right.
And it's people, and this is what I tell people, that's how come you got to get out your cockiness. You go through it when you're a comedian, but you got to get out your cockiness, because if you get out your cockiness, you can have someone come along and change your shit and help you go into a direction. I've always believed in other people giving me tags and helping me, but like I had never really had someone really go into my jokes.
No, that's rare.
Me how to form it. Like, and Lenny.
That's rare.
I'm telling you, Lenny, and he wrote me a list. I didn't believe in taking paper on the stage. He got me into that.
Wow.
He was like, you need to pay attention. And at first I was taking that, but I wasn't doing it. I was trying to remember shit.
Yeah.
And he was like, the reason you didn't do the joke right is because it's on the fucking page. And you just turn around and look at your fucking notes. He was like, don't nobody give a fuck if you looking at your notes. They just think that you give a fuck. Like, start giving a fuck. You're not giving a fuck by not looking at your notes. He said that's why the joke didn't work. The joke didn't work because you didn't say it the way you were supposed to say it.
Man.
You tried to do it this way, and it didn't. And it was like,
that is a rare thing.
I'm talking about, and it's like it really made me and Lenny bond in a way, because we would argue a lot. I would be like, what the fuck are you talking about? That's fucking funny. You didn't see the people laughing. He was like, it's only funny because you said dick twice, and that. You're like, he would just, what the fuck are you doing? It's just like,
That's good, Lenny.
But it's so, it changed.
That's a rare thing to have somebody go to bat, like really be honest with you like that.
How many times he's done it with a lot of comedians. Lenny's been doing that his whole fucking career with comics and helping them, and no one fucking helped him. Like, no, I literally, he's been trying to get on Jimmy Fallon forever. Yeah. No one fucking helped. And I was like, yeah, you're gonna do Fallon. Like, I called Jim Bell and was like, yeah, here's this fucking clip. Why is he not on right. He'll be doing it next week.
Wow,
literally got him.
That's great.
Like, no, fuck, like he deserves it. Like, Lenny is my writer. He's my executive producer on all the shit that we do.
Supermarket Sweep.
He's the executive producer on that. We just sold 2 movies. He's the producers on that and writers on that. Like,
it's great.
It's fucking awesome.
That's so great. No, he's been a good friend of ours for a long time. I had him open up my special, the first special that I did. Oh my God. He's just like,
he's so funny too.
Yeah, he's really good. I'm gonna see him on Tuesdays doing my show on Tuesday.
I told him, I said, you know, I know, I said, I need you to understand. It always goes back to The Alchemist for me. Is that you start off with one dream, and you go through life and you find out that you're good at other shit. Yeah. And this is just like I found out I'm not just a comic. I am an actress, I am a writer, and I do other stuff.
Yeah,
you know?
and a host.
You can't just put yourself inside of a fucking box and go, that's all you do, because then that's all you're gonna do. So I had to really tell him, I was like, I know you want to be a comedian, I know this, you know, the TV. I said, but you're good at this stuff too. Like, he's so fucking good. Like, oh my God, executive speak, he's so fucking good at it.
Right.
Like, he's so good at translating and all that stuff. So I was like,
that's
you've
great.
been doing this already. Like, we edited my special. Like, we edited the last season of Supermarket Sweep. That's all me and Lenny. So it's just like, you've been doing this. I said, I know that you want to, I said, but that's going to come. I said, but right now, look at what's happening. We're writing, we're getting this stuff out.
Yeah.
And, you know, soon I'm going to produce his special. You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
No, that's perfect. That's so great.
So crazy.
That's so great. How do you like Supermarket Sweep?
I like it. The business part of it is fucking crazy.
Well, you ended up taking on a lot more than you thought you were going to.
Yeah, man, you know, I know that I want to have my name on stuff because you want to own it. You want to definitely be the, you know, but it's fucking hard.
It's a lot of stuff.
Dealing with fucking suits, man. Suits, and they all are fucking stupid. They shit floats. A lot of them motherfuckers that made it to that position because they just stayed, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of things. And first of all, they not used to talent coming in and making decisions. They used to talent coming in going, okay, where I stand at.
Yeah.
But I'm not like that. I've never been like that.
Yeah.
If I was like that, Tom, I would have made it in my 20s and 30s.
Right.
And that's real talk. I tell everybody, I said, y'all didn't find the formula, because I've been doing this for a long time. You didn't find the formula. I had to redo myself and find the formula myself.
Right.
And now that I know what the formula is, you motherfuckers gonna have to listen to me now.
Yeah, you can't mess with this. Yeah.
Basically, I don't fit into the square cog, motherfucker.
Right.
Like, if I did, then I would already been famous.
Yeah.
Because I haven't changed much.
Why did you call me if you want me to be different?
Exactly, and that's what I tell them. So it's like they're not used to me going, oh no, I don't. And then to the what do they call it? I don't like fake stuff. I like authentic stuff. I don't like made up stuff. So there was a point where they were like, oh, everybody needs to look happy when no, they lost. They're supposed to look like they fucking lost the chance to win $100,000, because you know what our job is as the industry is to show people what fucking emotions is. And it's not always happy. Christmas is not always happy. It's they lose sometimes. You fucking lose. So have some emotions. That's the and when you ask me about the main thing that's killing us at this moment right now, change. It's just a simple thing of change. No one wants to change. But what you have to understand about change is that it's going to happen whether you want to or not. Now, it can be painful, or it can be really wonderful and gradual, and you can learn, or it's going to be painful because you don't want to change. That's exactly what we're going through now. Motherfuckers don't want to wear masks. Motherfuckers don't want to keep everything is just because they're grasping on keeping shit the same. But you don't understand that it has to change so it can get better. Nothing. If we was not going to change, we wouldn't have cars. We wouldn't have electricity. We wouldn't have doctors. We wouldn't have hospitals if we wasn't allowed to grab onto change. That is what our problem is right now. We're scared, which is very understandable. It's very scary, but we have to do it because our earth is dying. The people are dying on the earth. Civilization is going to shit because no one is grasping on the thing that we need to move to the next.
We've got to make big jumps. We can't just make these little moves and call it change.
Because we didn't decide to make the little jumps when it was time to make the little jumps. If we did the little jumps, we wouldn't have to be making these big jumps like we are. If we went on and accept those little jumps that were happening. See, because no one should get to the disaster and be like, how did we get here? We fucking know how we got here. You know, we're right now living the best 80s disaster movie ever made.
I know. When you really take a deep, hard look at it,
the villains, everything, everything. And this comedian made a good point to me, and I was just like, this is the best thing I've ever heard. White people do not have a natural predator. Y'all have to make up shit like zombies and dragons. You know, y'all don't.
That other stuff isn't scary. We know we've got that.
You know what I'm saying? Y'all not afraid of nothing, and it's just like,
Yeah.
Jesus wept. We gotta get it. We gotta get it in check, man. We gotta get it in check.
Oh man. Well, I'm so glad you did this. This is
me too.
so great. I love you so much. And I was so the last time I was in New York, and I came out of the hotel and there was your picture right heading to the Holland Tunnel.
That's so funny.
It was so great. You looked amazing, and it was all over the city.
You're gonna laugh. That picture, I literally was cursing someone out in that picture.
Were you really?
I literally was telling somebody to go fuck themselves. I literally was taking the ice cream going, fuck, and they took the picture. When I saw that billboard, I was like, these motherfuckers just don't. It was one of the hardest campaigns I've ever done because
it looked amazing.
They were fucking morons. It was just.
That's hilarious because it looked so good.
It was so, and I'm telling you, I literally was cursing the motherfucker out right in that shot right there, and they caught me.
So funny. That's so funny. Well, that's right back to the basketball. You're at your best when you're pissed off.
Oh, fucking son of a bitches! And that's it's like I hope they ain't thinking this is a formula, because Lord.
Yeah, they talked to your coach.
Oh my.
All right. God. So when are you going to go back on stage? When are you itching to, or you feel like you can ride this break out for a bit? You're busy.
I think I'm itching to, but I am busy as fuck.
Yeah.
It's so much stuff that has to get written and done, and that we have been putting off because we got hit at one time.
Yeah.
So we got to get so much shit done right now. And right now too, we're editing the show, and it's just a lot. But I would love to go up. Yeah,
it would be great. And the only little thing that just as a fan of yours that kind of gives you a little taste of that is when you do your commentating on Instagram of any events, especially the Olympics. You made a weird Olympics so much fun. You're so good at that. And that's when you talk about people feeling like they know you, because you are in their living room and you are the best friend, just saying all this stuff
that you're thinking
watch
already.
Like if there's a big event, that's what I'm looking for. I'm like, this is all fun, but what is Leslie up to? I hope she's watching.
It's so crazy. And I have to tell people, I'm doing that shit. I don't get paid to do that shit. Like they wanted me to do Paralympics, and I was like, no, I'm the worst. No. And I saw one event, and I was like, I saw the blind one where they run, and I'm like,
no.
Wait a minute, how is the guy not getting a medal too? He's just as fast as the guy running, so why is he not in the Olympics? I had to turn it. I was like, nope. I'm gonna offend so many people. No, Leslie knows when and when not to live tweet. Okay?
Yeah.
Put the phone down.
Smart.
Nope. There were so many things people hit me about, be like, can you lie? And I was like, no,
that's
you don't want to hear my opinion.
You're very wise. Well, I hope you enjoy the bread.
I always do.
We don't have to do these podcasts, as you know. I bring them up to your house. I'm always happy to.
Oh no, I love the bread. The bread is the bomb.
Do. It makes me very happy.
It's so bomb. I even though the first one I got, the assistant I had like literally cut half of it and took it home. I was like, well, he said it. Did we get? I was like, well, did he took half of my bread, bitch?
Stay away from it, Angie.
No, it was another one, but Angie's gonna get it to
All right, you're the best.
Thank you, Tom.
All right, everybody, that was it. That's Leslie Jones. Such a great person, such a great guest. Thank you so much for being here, Leslie, and thank all of you for watching and listening. Continue to like and subscribe and tell all your friends about what a great podcast we have, and we'll have some more. Now I'm going to sign off because I'm going to eat this Italian little cookie, this little candy, just this little Torroni from Ferrara's. That's not a plug. It's just what I'm going to do. See you next time.